Jackie was studying at UCT and we couldn't afford that anymore. I was in a completely different industry. She had the possibility to go to Ireland to continue her studies, where I made a career change and started at the bottom in the construction industry. We spent about 7 years there, and when we came back we had a wealth of knowledge. I did quite a few interviews and I actually got 2 offers with the large companies like Group 5. But ironically we thought we were about to start a family and I don't want to be working 6 days a week for somebody else, having just gone through that in Ireland. I say ironically because we're working for ourselves now, we're working more than 6 days a week. Jackie was working for a well-known architect here and my business was slowly taking off after we'd started with one guy and slowly growing. Kind of grew without our, it grew in spite of us, I should say.
So we had no marketing skills or anything like that. So.
Yeah, and then Jackie started doing the small jobs. And it's come to a point now where we've got 3 jobs going and Jackie's architecture is busy growing bigger than the building work that we've got. So Jackie's about to launch her architectural firm full on under the umbrella of Roux Design and Build.
In terms of the architectural work, it's just me at the moment, but we hope to change that in the new year. And I think in terms of going forward, it's less about getting bigger. We wouldn't want to get too much bigger because then you're doing much more work for pretty much the same returns. We'd want to have a situation where we have enough of a client base and referrals that we have work lined up. In our industry, basically the way we would get new work is mostly through referrals, and if we've worked with a specific architect and he's enjoyed working with us, he will refer us to the next client who wants to build. But we've also started really developing the website, and we find that not only as a good advertising and marketing tool, but also as a very good reference base, because if you have a new client, you can say to them, this is the kind of work that we've done before, these are the people that you can phone if you want to find out what we would like to work with, and it makes it a lot easier to have almost like a portfolio at the ready. The website for me as an architect is a very good place to get new work out of. You can take photographs at any time and it's very easy to just plug it into the Mac when you get home and put it into the appropriate folder and have references for later. And it's also very nice at the end of a project to have, this is how it was at the beginning, that's how we do it on the website, the before and after shot. You know, this is what it looked like before, this is how amazing it looks now.
For the engineer, sometimes you send him information about what's going on the site. You know, what about the size of the steel beam? Are you happy with this? And he can look at his phone and give you an answer. He doesn't have to physically come to site.
Information is also very easily accessible through the technology. For example, if I was to go to council and submit a building plan, it's very easy then to go back onto the website, type in the plan reference, and then it'll tell me exactly what departments it's been to, what parts it hasn't been to. It's also very good to be able to be on site with your laptop, which is basically your mobile office, and be able to access information about people who supply windows and doors or kitchens or specialists, and even to get updates on the SACAP website about new technology. Communicating with clients is also another real time-saving part of the technology. I can be anywhere with my iPhone and I can send an email through, I can respond to emails the minute that they sent to me. I don't have to wait until I'm back at the office. It also means that a lot of the time it's good to give the client a set of drawings or a presentation that they can look at before the meeting so that they have time to digest the information, so that when they do meet you, they're ready with their questions.
We started off paying the staff because they get paid every week by going to the bank, which is, as we've grown, has just become impossible. The biggest problem is not carrying the money around, but actually not being on site and going to the bank. So all the guys have got accounts now. So we just, once a week, we put through the money into their accounts. Most important thing, I think, for the client and for the guys that we work with is supervision. And if you are away at the bank, away finding out about doors and windows, away picking up materials, whatever it might be, that's the time that you're not supervising the work that's going on, and that's when things go wrong. Makes me happy to employ 20 men. We started with just one and myself. The guys are family members now, and at the end of a hard week, it's nice to know that everybody's been paid and they're all happy, and we're looking forward to coming back on the Monday again.
It's great to be able to be on site and send the email with the invoice and know that when the person has paid you, you get immediate notification. It makes it much easier to go online and pay your bills at the end of the month instead of waiting at night to sit in your office and do it. You can do it. Our site is basically our workspace, and we are completely mobile with our laptops. As a small business, it would be almost impossible to run our business at the level we do without the digital tools. To be able to give a level of commitment to a client, to be able to be in communication with clients, to be able to communicate with our men, to be able to enable to manage our cash flow. I think the more we use the technology, the more we know we need to use it. We need to exploit it more than we are at the moment. And in terms of using the website with the keywords to pick up our website when people are searching for builder Joburg or architect Joburg, we also need to use it. Although we've got a very almost basic website where we have photographs of what we've done, there's much more opportunity for doing presentations, for having small movies about what we do. There's so much more that we could be doing. So that's an area that we definitely could use technology much more than we are at the moment.
I think we're better builders and architects than we are marketers or businessmen.
But we're learning.
The technology is enabling us to spend more time with the client, giving them the kind of service they need, and for me, time with my family.